Hey, Melanie here. Another week, another video. Excited to be able to share with you today. So, today I'm going to be talking about gap years of service. I actually started college in the City University of New York, right in my neighborhood. I actually attended Medgar Evers College in the City University of New York. Shout out to CUNY, City University of New York, everybody that went to Medgar, named for civil rights activist and leader Medgar Evers. I'm losing the earrings here. Medgar Evers, and what an honor to attend this school named after him. It was an amazing year that I had my freshman year at Medgar Evers under the leadership of President Edison Jackson. Yes, I'm dropping names. I'm letting everybody know the amazing memories at Medgar Evers. We had these amazing leadership development series where we'd have these amazing leaders that would come and they would speak to us as freshmen. Freshman seminar was mandatory, y'all, and it was very enlightening, actually. Being in college for the very first time, and just getting acclimated to everything that comes with being a college student. And it was just a really great year, but I've always wanted to go away to school. And at any rate, this was my first college experience. I loved it. Betty Shabazz was one of the professors at school. I would see her in the halls. I remember my Egyptian class was like 7 a.m. in the morning. Shout out to Dr. Crawford, still teaching at Medgar Evers. Shout out to you. And just all the amazing just leaders and folks that are at Medgar now. I feel like Medgar is my alma mater, even though I didn't graduate from Medgar, but I did attend Medgar before I transferred to another school. But I definitely got my start at a CUNY, and I'm so grateful to have attended. Now, you see me with my hat on today and my t-shirt because, again, I'm talking about gap years. So while I did attend Medgar Evers, at some point my father was like, he's not paying for me to go to school no more. Yes, Dad, I'm talking about you. It is what it is, right? He was just like, he's not, he had paid for my first year. Thank you for that. When you reflect back and you think about it and you're like, okay, well, it wasn't free and somebody had to pay for it, and Dad did do that. I guess I didn't take out any loans or anything my first year, I don't think. But I definitely remember my dad saying that he wasn't paying anymore. And I'm like, well, what in the world am I going to do? And this was before I even thought about like going away to college or anything like that. Like, I knew that after high school, I needed to be able to attend college. And so, like I said, I started a Medgar, and then at some point, my father was just like, he's not paying for my next year, and I'm like, well, what in the world I'm gonna do? So my brother had been living in Boston at the time, and yes, I'm making the music sound because I'm leading up to where it's going, and those that know anything about this emblem that I got right here know where I'm going with this story. So he knew a gentleman named Ron Brown. Shout out to Ron. He works in leadership and government in Boston and does amazing things. He was actually the leader at one time of Do Something, which is another nonprofit in Boston. But at any rate, like I said, so my brother was in Boston. Ron Bell told him about City Year. It was an opportunity for me to be able to do something constructive and actually earn money for school. So City Year Boston was one of the part of the AmeriCorps programs in the United States, and it was an amazing time. I filled out my application, I was accepted, and what it meant is that I was going to have a corporate sponsor for my team, and my team was going to have a special project as part of the City Year Boston AmeriCorps program. Yes, I'm so excited. I'm a proud alum, happy to be an alum of this amazing organization. And so I served on the Media One team. I was interested in media and journalism at that time. Media 101 was our sponsor, and they were a cable company, and our team was to implement a media curriculum for middle schoolers, to have their own show on Cambridge Community Television. Can you imagine? Oh my God. So this is what we did, and it was amazing. We served at the Cambridge Family YMCA. Yeah, gotta do. Okay, I'm doing that wrong, but anyway, the YMCA. It was amazing to be able to have the experience of going away from home, taking a break from school for a year, to be able to earn money for school, but leaving with so much more than I expected. Working with people that I feel I never would have worked with, being exposed to different cultures and traditions. And right now, City Year's focus is in the schools, which is amazing. At the time when I was in City Year, we had different initiatives. So, like I said, I served on the Media One team, and Media One was our sponsor, yet that was under the umbrella of what we called at the time the Village Program. So the Village Program, led by Roscoe Thomas, was a program for after school. So all the programs that happened after school were the programs that were under this particular umbrella. And so our Media One team was under the Village Program. There was also literacy, an HIV/AIDS team. HIV/AIDS may not have been under the Village Program. I'm going back. Like, I was part of the 97-98 core. Yes, I get it from my mama. Anyway, so it was an amazing year. I can say so much about my time at City Year, but the reason why I wanted to bring it up is because I want you to know that sometimes when you are in college, you may get hit with some bumps. You may have situations where you don't know how you're going to pay for your next year of school. And I was in such a situation, and I was so grateful that my brother knew some great folks where he was. We lived right on Mass Ave. Yeah, shout out to everybody in Boston. We would live right on Mass Ave, and I was able to either walk to headquarters for City Year at 285 Columbus Avenue. Was it 285 or 287? Anyway, I think I got it right. I was able to walk right down to headquarters, or I could catch the #1 bus right to Cambridge YMCA. It was the perfect setup. It was so dope. And then, like, the tea, yes, we on our backpacks would say, taking the tea to make a difference. And so we were able to I was Mass Ave, the tea stop was like right across the street. God is good. Everything was set up so perfectly. Some highlights of my year with City Year, not only just being on the Media One team, led by my team leader, Richard Armstrong. Shout out to you. I should have just had my whole team on here, because they know I would love to have them on here. This is just impromptu. I just wanted to be able to share with you all like I do every week. So one of the highlights of the year was leading Timberland, the company, into the Timberland Employees International Service. That I will never forget. After our whole service year was done, there was I was asked to I was part of like a facilitation team, and we were asked to go out and engage on this particular day. I believe it was like after the program was finished. We were asked to come in and help while Timberland had like a day of service, and so I just never experienced anything like that before. That was my real first interaction with such so many partners, and really understand partnerships and what partnerships can do with and for people. And the companies were like really engaged. We had days when they would join us in service. Of course, like I said, my team was sponsored by Media One. And so, stuff costs. Like I have on my own hat today because I wore so many different hats in my time of service. So I figured I'd wear my own hat today. But we had like a city year hat, and I was in Boston, so it gets really cold. We had a baseball cap. We had like, I think it was like a Scully cap. And then we had like a regular, like a velour hat. And then we had like our neck warmer, and I gotta do it. Here we are, y'all. Gotta stand up for this one. Gotta stand up. Yes. The city year jacket. This is it right here. Now, I went to a service project in New York a couple of years back, and everybody was staring at the jacket. And I was like, well, is it much different than how their jackets are now? And this was a couple of years ago. Yes, apparently they are quite different. So my jacket is apparently vintage right about now. I did say I was in the 97, 98 Corps, which was actually the 10th year of city year. So some time has gone by. Yeah. So we had our hoods. They kept us nice and warm. Our jackets, we had like sweaters. We had like, man, we would just lay it up. We had our khakis, of course, because it was Timberland. We had, oh, yes, I'm representing, you see, City Year Boston, Media One, yas. And so, yeah, like, it was just an amazing year. And so I'm bringing all of this up once again because sometimes things happen. And I want you to know that you can go to AmeriCorps, .org, and you see all the amazing AmeriCorps programs that are out. Of course, check out www.cityyear.org. So this Friday, City Year Boston's opening day, it's happening, and you are welcome to actually register. Go to City Year Boston's website if it's still up, and see if you can actually register to actually see for yourself this city year opening day. So what happens on opening day, that is the day that new AmeriCorps members come to take their pledge to serve the country, to serve their neighbors. And I'm not going to say the pledge right now. I was going to do it, but I'm going to be doing it on Friday with my team. I actually asked some of them to join me for us to say the pledge again. I could say it now because some of y'all are not going to tune in and you're not going to register. So, I could, but it means a lot to have been able to have this year of service. It was a purposeful year of being able to give back. not only was I able to um, earn $4,725 towards my higher education. At that time, listen, that was a lot of money. When you don't have it, it's a lot. And I also got a stipend. The stipend was like $119 per week at that time. And I looked at my brother, and I worked at the Gap, and I was selling Avon. Like, so, my sister was making it happen with my tree jobs. Okay, but it was just it was an amazing year to work with middle schoolers, and we found out through working with young people in these different capacities the need. So we found that we were having this media curriculum that, the middle schoolers, that we were working with, that they needed additional time with literacy. They needed to, understand more about what was going on in their work. So I'm not surprised at all that there was a shift from the different things we were focused on at that time, which were very different areas. Like I said, there was an HIV/AIDS team. There was, oh God, we had so many teams. I don't want to get myself in trouble trying to remember the different teams we had, but we had a lot of different amazing, great initiatives. But where they weren't focused solely in schools. Like I said, we were within an after-school program. Literacy programs. I honestly don't remember it all. But just amazing. Just amazing. I said it twice. So for the shift to now be in schools, kudos. Shout out to everybody that serves. Shout out to everyone that is taking a pledge on this Friday to serve in communities across the United States.